There is one extraplanet in our solar system. It was known to ancient people by many different names. Sumerians called it Nibiru, and Bible refers to it as Wormwood. It was known to create epic cataclysms on Earth each time it passed through our solar system, approximately every 3,600 years, on its long elliptical orbit extended out into open space. Every time it passes, it causes a pole shift, a crustal shift. Actually, Earth's magnetic core is pushed away violently, the crust separates and slides over the molten magma. Thus, each time polar ice caps form in new places, old ones melting and elevating sea levels, worldwide. Plate movements during these cataclysms result in great quakes and mountain building. Add to that, the extreme lashing by space debris and Planet X, Nibiru tail, and petrochemicals forming an atmosphere, and falling like a wall of fire. Frozen mammoth carcasses indicate such changes, and also other evidence, collected by Immanuel Velikovsky, Charles Habgood and others. It is described in various folklore, legends about great upheavals of the past. Frozen mammoths show that they died suddenly, within hours, drowning, then freezing immediately, and covered with volcanic ashes from the volcanoes active at that times. Mammoths were inhabiting temperate climates. They were large herbivores, with plant life typical for temperate zone found in their stomachs. So, according to the Zetas, we are headed toward a next such periodic pole shift. Signs heralding next arrival of Nibiru are already here. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. They ate, drank, and married, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came, and destroyed them all.
Behold the fig tree, and any other tree. When they shoot forth, ye see and know that summer is nigh at hand. So likewise thee, when ye see all these things come to pass, know that it is near, at the doorstep.
In prophecies of all times, that have been around for centuries, and coming from many different sources, the same theme is reiterated over and over again: global natural cataclysms that bring destruction to mankind, referring apparently to the times we now live in. They point to the coming pole shift, which has a known periodicity, and thus was often associated with the millennium. Hopi mythology speaks of the creation of 4 worlds, 3 of which were destroyed in succession. The pole twins left their posts at the north and south ends of the world, where they were stationed to keep the earth properly rotating, and the world teetered out of balance, spun around crazily, then rolled over, twice. Land was put where water was, and water where the land was. Waves higher than mountains rolled in upon the land. Continents broke asunder and sank beneath the seas. The present, 4th world is to be destroyed by a pole shift and flooding. The Bible, in Revelations, is often quoted, and is most definitely reporting the occurrence of a pole shift, often in symbolic language. Hail of stones, earthquakes, exploding volcanoes, that darken the sky with ash, fire from the sky, waters turn bitter and red with the red dust, the heat of the long day, hot earth, frantic insects of the desert, and a red dragon in the sky. The appearances from the sky are described as creatures, such as a dragon, or lion, or scorpion. The Bible has a description of a scene by the primitive peoples, without scientific knowledge of today, impressed greatly by what they witnessed. Reading the words of Revelations, one can see those words that apply to cataclysms, without doubt.
Mother Shipton was a 15th century Yorkshire seeress, who was known for stunning descriptions of the end days in her writings. When pictures seem alive with movements when boats like fishes swim beneath the sea, when men like birds shall scour the sky, then half the world, deep drenched in blood shall die. For those who live the century through, in fear and trembling this shall do. Flee to the mountains and the dens, to bog and forest and wild fens. For storms will rage and oceans roar, when Gabriel stands on sea and shore. And as he blows his wondrous horn, old worlds die and new be born. A fiery dragon will cross the sky 6 times before the earth shall die. Mankind will tremble and frightened be, for the 6 heralds in this prophecy. For 7 days and 7 nights man will watch this awesome sight. The tides will rise beyond their ken to bite away the shores, and then the mountains will begin to roar, and earthquakes split the plain to shore. And flooding waters rushing in will flood the lands with such a din that mankind cowers in muddy fen, and snarls about his fellow men. And when the dragon's tail is gone, man forgets, and smiles, and carries on to apply himself. Too late, for mankind has earned deserved fate. His masked smile, his false grandeur, will serve the gods their anger stir, and they will send the dragon back to light the sky. His tail will crack upon the earth, and rend the earth, and man shall flee, king, lord and serf. But slowly they are rooted out, to seek diminishing water spout. And men will die of thirst before the oceans rise to mount the shore. And lands will crack and rend anew. You think it strange? It will come true. It is also relayed by various prophets and seers of modern times. Edgar Cayce is one of the best known for his predictions regarding end times. The earth will be broken up in many places, and there will be the shifting of the poles. Hitch will come from the shifting of the equilibrium of the earth itself in space, the upheavals in the interior of the earth, and the shifting of same, by the differentiation in the axis, as respecting their positions from the polar center. The indications are that some of these have already begun.
Many present-day contactees speak of dire messages they have been given concerning the end time of this world, often in form of apocalyptic visions, where they are shown sights of a devastated earth. They are understood by the contactee to be visions of the future. Most consider this to be a warning that these beings are trying to communicate to mankind. Prophecies often seem to differ from one another. What is truth? When compared, one will find that they all correlate. Yet the Hopi had no contact with Mother Shipton, nor she with the sleeping prophet from Kentucky. In fact, all is truth, but one must sort it out by concentrating less on the trivial differences, and more on the similarities. It is like the proverbial blind men, walking around the elephant, each describing a different part they have encountered. Prophecy invariably gets packaged for the intended audience, but if one reads beyond the surface for the deeper meaning,